glad you're here with us tonight. And we have a lot of excited people in the house. So we will take questions right after John shows us what we're all so
Okay,
excited
this
about.
is the second webinar of the day, and we're going to talk about Gladiacoin, a nice place to come and visit everybody. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's in a good mood. Nobody's in a bad mood. So why don't you just jump on in, get your swimming suit on, and let's go. We're going to talk about Bitcoin a little bit here. History of Bitcoin in 2008, it started. Satoshi Nakamoto wrote a paper. Some of the other guys saw the paper, read the paper, and started producing this app for the internet called Bitcoin. And it was designed to be a currency, and it was designed to be a store of value. Those were some of the early thinkings and some of the early writings that they have, which prove that that was intent. In any event, in 2009, the first transaction occurred by somebody bought some Papa John pizzas, and they used 10,000 Bitcoins to do that. But see, back in those days, the thing was they started at 0.001 in value. They really weren't much, and they were trying to give them away to kind of get people to use them and get some funding for the guys that were putting all this stuff together. Anyway, I saw it, and I just turned away from it. I just said I don't want to do anything like that. As a Main Street planner, I'm involved in insurance partnerships, securities, and things like that. But by 2008, I had already dumped my securities licenses because all of those so-called legitimate legal investments were never turning out the way they were proposed, and everybody was losing money on the deal, and I couldn't do that anymore. And also, the dollar, was going downhill. I looked at all the pension plans and stuff that I put together for people, and they had a lot of money in them, but they wouldn't buy anything. See, so all that work is really for nothing. So now, when you get a Bitcoin, you own that little baby. It's all yours, and they can't take it away. Value of Bitcoin in 2010 was still pretty low at 10 cents. 2016, it's up at 9, and now today it's up in the 1240 ranges, and it's going to continue to climb. All indications are that Bitcoin is going to be a major currency and store of value all over the world, and it is a worldwide program. But these companies actually invested in Bitcoin. I really didn't know that, but I can see and understand why, because this thing is really a threat to them, because you don't need them. You don't need to transmit money through a Visa card or Western Union or any place like that. They're going to have to figure out how they're going to survive in some way, but I don't see how they're going to do it. So what you have to have in order to get started, though, is you have to have a software wallet. You have to go on to one of these companies that is a exchange and get yourself a free wallet. Now, the wallets, the most popular one, it seems to be blockchain. It's got 12 million members. Coinbase has 6 million members. Local Bitcoins is not a wallet. Local Bitcoins is kind of a peer-to-peer market for Bitcoins. Buyers and sellers all around the country, different parts of the world, offer some of the Bitcoins that they've invested in for sale, and they trade all the time. So you can go there and get some Bitcoins. Zappo, Copay, and the others are other kind of wallets. Some of them are more for traders. Some of them are like blockchains, more for kind of a guy like me who just wants to, have a place to store them and then a place to receive them and a place to send them out. But BitPay, too, is a little bit different. It's got a Visa card associated with it, and you get that Visa card, and the coins can be used on there just like your regular debit card. You walk into any store that takes a Visa card, and you can use it. The other safe over there is talking about hardware wallets. Hardware wallets are a neat kind of thing that you can use to get your Bitcoins off the internet. It's kind of a little computerized system. It's about the size, a little bigger than a thumb drive. And you can carry that with you anywhere you go. You can even use it on computers that are not connected personally to you, like in a hotel or a public place, because you can do everything on that little secure device. You don't have to actually install anything on a computer to do it. So it's a way to safeguard your coins from any kind of internet hack or loss or shutdown, things like that. There's also another concept called paper wallets, and you might want to look into that. Just go to YouTube and search Bitcoin paper wallets, because there's some good concepts there too. You can shop with Bitcoins anywhere, almost anywhere in the world now. There are websites out there that list all the people that take a Bitcoin. And the cool thing is some of them have search engines for the product. In other words, what do you want to buy? You want to buy a house? You want to buy a coat? You want to buy shoes? You can find somebody on there that actually takes Bitcoin for that. but it's basically going to be designed just as a regular, ordinary, everyday kind of currency. And the neat thing is that when you have a Bitcoin in your hand, instead of like fiat currency, it's getting worth less every single day. These crazy people do the things they're doing. I mean, they're talking about, another $20 trillion on top of the debt limit we already have. Bitcoin gets more valuable every day you hold it, and it's going to continue that way. It's already been said that when Bitcoin finally gets fully fledged out in the system, each Bitcoin is going to be worth the equivalent of 1,000 ounces of gold. It's already past gold now. It's going to stay past gold. It's going to continue to go. If it drops below gold, that's a buying opportunity. Grab it as fast as you can get your hands on it. Get as much Bitcoin as you can and hang on to them. Some of those will be heirlooms you'll pass on to your kids or your family members. Now, what do we do here with Gladiacoin Elite? We trade with them. We give them capital and they use it in trading. And what is trading? Trading is buying low and selling high. It's taking advantage of the differences in values that occur between currencies and other stuff. Somebody wants remote control of my computer. No? Okay. So what happens with Bitcoin is that it's very, very volatile. You've got large swings up and down. You have daily price moves that you can actually generate profits from if you're on the upside or on the downside. And a good example of that kind of thing is back earlier in February, you could buy a coin for maybe $700 or so, and you could turn around and sell that same coin over in China for $300 more, $1,000. That's pretty good profit taking any day. But you need high-speed computers and a system to do this. It's got to be automatic. You can't have a human intervention. Some of these computer systems are handling, several thousand contracts on both sides of the deal 24 hours a day. They just don't sleep. They're always there, and they're always working the market. And we are getting some of that. Okay. Now, this platform is designed to be working primarily with the digital commodity. It's not designed to be working with the fiat structures. The rise of the cryptocurrency exchanges are what make this actually possible. You have exchanges in every country now, and you have multiple exchanges in multiple countries. And so because of the differences in location, the differences in value, they handle all these transactions. And that's what makes this all possible. The thing I like about it, I think the best is that we're not dealing with multiple currencies like we have to when we deal with currencies that have been put out by governments. A Bitcoin is a Bitcoin. It has value. When you hold that in your hand, it's yours. They can't take it from you. But you can use that Bitcoin anywhere. Doesn't matter if it's Australia, if it's in Russia, if it's in China, wherever it is, that Bitcoin has value and can be transmitted easily. Can be taken across borders with no problem. If you try to move money across the border now, you got real big problems. If you're driving around in your car and you got a bunch of silver or gold stuffed in the back seat or underneath the spare tire, just for safekeeping, and you get pulled over and they find that stuff, man, it's gone. The cops take it right now. They say, well, you must be a bad guy because the bad guys are the only ones that have this stuff here. We don't know, so we're going to take custody of it. And you never see it again. But anyway, the whole idea here is that it's going to duplicate your Bitcoin in 90 days. So you put your money in, you just let it sit there. They pay you 2.2% per day. And in 90 days, you've got double your Bitcoin. It's fully automatic. You don't have to think about it. You just have to be careful when you're setting it up. Make sure your name's spelled right. Make sure you got the right account. Make sure you've got your email in and your receiving numbers are correct. Little bit of detail, but that's all there is, and the system just runs flawlessly. It's run flawlessly since we've been in it, and the people that I've talked to that came in early December said the same thing. It's just flawless execution. And I've had some friends even say that this is excellence in programming, which is quite something to see. Anyway, no tedious activities. You don't have to go around and chase a lot of people. You don't have to spend a lot of time at your computer every day. Of course, a lot of people enjoy with this program spending a lot of time at their computer because it's kind of fun, especially waiting for the daily payments to show up. Every morning they stop the computers, they do all the calculations for about 15, 20 minutes, and then they start sending the payments out to everybody so they all get their share. The international presence is cool because, as I said, a Bitcoin here is a Bitcoin there. It's the same. It's all over. It's all happening in real time, and you can do this thing on a PC, phone, or tablet. And it's really designed for phones. Well, you know, once you get your system set up, I think it's easier to set it up on a computer first. But once it's done, it's made to be an app for your phone. So you don't have to be any particular place. And what Andreas Antonopoulos says is that at any point on the earth, you have a Swiss bank in your pocket. I mean, it's not an account, it's the whole entire bank. You can originate loans, you can take money, you can send money, you can be anything you want that banking does right there. Okay, so again, it's in real time, it's easy to use, and you get the presence of the optional binary network, and we're going to talk about that here right away. So we've already covered what it does. It doubles in 90 days, and there's 2 ways to actually generate a cash flow by putting in some capital. So here we go. You put the money in, 4 Bitcoin, 90 days, you get 2.2% per day paid to your personal account. That's very attractive to me as a planner. I'm glad they're not holding any of that money. They're turning around as they get the money, they send it right back to you. 90 days later, you've got 8 Bitcoin. You do it again, now you've got 16 Bitcoin, then 32 Bitcoin, then 64 Bitcoin. You get to double 4 times a year that way. However, if you really want to make this thing sing, you have the opportunity to bring money to the company. How do you do that? Well, you tell other people about what's going on. And if you do that based on the account package that you started with or currently have, you're going to get a referral fee. That referral fee is put into your account and effectively accelerates very, very quickly the doubling of your coin, because that's the real thing that they're giving you here. It's not just a 90-day program. It's that they guarantee to double your coin in 90 days or less. The or less part comes in with the binary program. So even though some people say that they don't want to do any referral and stuff, people are still going to be getting binary stuff because there's quite a bit of spillover here. And as that goes down those legs, it's going to come under those people and it's going to have an economic effect on them. Now, the only thing you have to do to turn that on, to qualify to receive those that effect, is you need to have 1 personal referral on your left, 1 personal referral on your right. Okay, so it's very simple. This is the structure of it. It's all the way down and it goes to infinity. You take a position here, and we recommend that if you're going to take this position here, if you can do it, control this position on your right and control this position on your left immediately under you. Teach everybody to do the same. Why? Because, well, when you get this position here on top pumping out 8 Bitcoin a day, because that's the max, you can't get any more out than that, it's time to set up another account. Well, look here, if you own this position here, it qualifies you to receive the binary program, but it also allows you to have a second position that's already ready to start pumping out Bitcoin. Because in order to get this top position pumping out 8 Bitcoin, you've got to build that right leg. You're going to be having people and referral people down there. Same with the other side on the left leg. You're going to have that thing growing. And so once you max the top position out, then you start doing it here. But see, the right side of this is already completed. All you got to do is on the inside leg, you got to put some people there and begin building that inside, and you max this one out at another 8 Bitcoin a day. Do the same thing over here in the third position. So that's 3/8 is 24. That's 24 Bitcoin a day. I mean, that's 240 Bitcoin per month. Why wouldn't you do that? What would stop you? Now, there's one other concept that you need to understand, and that's when a person starts and they double their money. So if, let's say a bunch of people started with not 100 Bitcoins, 1 Bitcoin, put a decimal point there, put 1 here, 1/10 of a Bitcoin. But 50 people did that. Out of those 50 people, they're all going to double their Bitcoin. They're also going to renew their contract, because if you don't renew the contract, you don't retain the binary. You lose it. So why is that? Because they pay every day. You've got to be in the loop. You can't just decide, oh, I want to take a vacation, I'm not going to pay attention. Well, you could, but that would pull you out of the system, because this thing has to pay every day, right? You can't be sitting there. So what happens is you get somebody to do that. Well, you take a computer with you, or you take your thumb drive, hardware wallet with you, and go around and travel wherever you go. Just make sure that when you're getting close to that point where you're going to be right there about ready to renew, you need to check the computer every day to make sure that you absolutely are ready to do that. And all you do is click a button, make your payment, put your payment back in, and start the whole process all over again. It's that simple. But if you're not going to do that, You're going to be pulled out of this line reconnects up, and you can't be inserted back in. That's one of the reasons why everybody's retaining the binary and renewing all the time. It doesn't make any sense. If you put together a team here and you get 50 Bitcoins below you, constantly pumping up units that you get credit for to pull out Bitcoin, I don't know why you'd ever even want to stop it or even consider it. But that's an important thing to know. Okay, here's the plans. This plan we show this one directly first and by itself because it's a very important one. It's one that does not allow doubling. So all the other plans have doubling component with them. The guarantee of the 90 days, double your Bitcoins in 90 days. This one does not. It only allows a person to come onto the platform and receive 5% of the binary program. They intentionally are going to build, they don't have any money. They can't put anything in. They can't buy any Bitcoin, because that's what you do. You buy Bitcoin and put the Bitcoin in here. You can't think of Bitcoin as money. Most cases it's not, but it can be turned into what's called money, government money, dollars, pesos, or whatever. And so it has a real value. So this helps a person who doesn't have any money get to this plan, which is the 10% plan. And this is the one that begins the doubling. And you get 6% referral fee on the people that you refer to the binary program. So moving on, we got another one that we can do. And then the sweet spot's here, right there. The half a Bitcoin. If you're on the low end and you can't do the half a Bitcoin, then do what you can and do it the best you can and try to control 3 positions at the same time. It's just going to help you make money. It's amazing how it works when you get up to the 4 Bitcoin level with those positions. They just are little money pumpers, you know. That's what everybody wants, is money pumpers. Anyway, the Spartacus 4 plan doubles in 90 days. You receive 9% of the binary, which is pretty cool. You know, a 10% referral fee is not bad. You can earn 30 Bitcoin a month that way, doing that. Okay, there's $12.50, 30 Bitcoin. You think that would help you? Think it would change your life, change your future, allow you to help a lot of people? Sure, no doubt about it. But here's the sweet plans. And here's the sweetest of them all, Spartacus 7. That's where everybody needs to go and target that. We dribbled in because we had a lot of losses in the past, and we were very concerned and everything like that. I looked at everything. I could see no problems with it. No, I don't know the owners of the program. I don't really care to know them. I don't need to know them. I'm sure they're nice people. All I care about is, are they paying me? And the fact that they're paying the money directly every day, it's verifiable. You can check your financial statement. You'll see the money come in on your ledger and your blockchain account. It's just incredible. So the Spartacus 7 plan doubles in 90 days. It's 4 Bitcoin. And you can accelerate that by using the 15% binary referral. Now think about that. Down there in the lower plans, it was 5%, 6%. You start there, and even if you double those referral fees, you're still not up to that 15%. That thing really sings, makes a huge, huge difference. And look at that. You can pull out 8 Bitcoin every single day, 240 Bitcoin a month. And if you get 3 positions, that's 720 Bitcoin a month. Well, let's say 720 Bitcoin a month times the current price of Bitcoin. How much is that? Do the math. Now, we know Bitcoin is going to increase in value because there's only 21 million coins. It's done on purpose. And it's also done to slow down the mining process. They don't want an inflationary environment. They want a scarcity environment. Scarcity is actually what creates the value. The gold, silver, all that stuff, we know it's valuable. We know that it's on the earth, but we don't really know how much there is in terms of value, storehouse of value. Gold tends to be that because you can pack a lot more value in gold than you can in silver, which you could carry around in a wheelbarrow in gold, probably take a semi-trailer truck in silver, okay? They just don't have the same value structure. However, Bitcoin is in excess of that, and it will be in excess of that. It is going to be the thing to have in your possession years and years from now. Some experts have said you only need 1 Bitcoin. That's going to take care of everything down the road. But in the meantime, you got to eat, right? So you might as well get some Bitcoin that you can use to spend so that you don't have to hold all of it and just wait for it to come. But this year is suggested there's going to be some real economic upheaval, and this Bitcoin is going to start climbing even more rapidly than it is now. The bottom line is that people don't really realize yet the revolution that occurred in 2009 when blockchain technology was invented. And robotics are beginning to take over, and blockchain technology will manage it and control it and document it. You don't need the people to do most of these things. That means there's going to be hundreds of millions of people out of work. Very happy thought, isn't it? Not at all, I'm sorry to say, but people are not paying attention. If you've got Bitcoin, we can create our own economy.
Up your walls.
We don't
I
need
will have to touch that up. I'm going to come in here this spring and paint your heater.
Anyway, you could probably use Bitcoin to buy the paint. That'd be cool. All right, listen. Oh, how do you get started? You choose the plan that's suitable for you. Suitability is important. You want to make sure you do the right thing that you're comfortable with doing. I would never put any money in here you can't afford to lose. I have no crystal ball. Of course, a lot of people use crystal balls, but I'm stuck with the Magic 8 Ball. That's the one I like the best. And you can start now, and you can double your Bitcoin in 90 days. Just get back to the person that referred you to the program and get with them and pick out the plan you want. Let them help you get your blockchain account open. If it's not already open, get your coin and get that into the thing, and then choose your plan and get going here.